shuffle, cut, deal, and play. Someone's going to win today on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
What? I get a happy birthday raspberry? What is this? Thank you. That's very nice. Yes. Today is my birthday, and I'm 22, and higher. I know. Our thanks to Laurie Hall from Hollywood, California for that opening poem. Thank Janice for the opening. And now let's get to the cards. If you were loaded to brand new decks of cards, we're starting a new match with these players on Card Sharks. Joy Lottie. Hello, Joy. Nice to see you again.
Thank you. Nice to be back.
Our fine champion was won $2,000.
Sure have.
We were talking about you having a natural childbirth and not having it in the hospital.
Right.
And we did. Would you do that again?
Oh, I sure would. The most beautiful thing in the world.
Yeah, but your husband was there helping you. Would he do it again?
I think so. I didn't tell you my doctor didn't make it there on time. My husband and the nurse caught the baby. They call it catching the baby.
Catching the baby. That's the technical medical term for it, huh?
Right. The doctor got there about 5 minutes after the baby was born.
I bet the bill was on time, though.
Oh, it sure was.
Yeah, I thought so.
It sure was.
Good to have you back, Joy. We're meeting our challenger for the first time. This is Laurie Lindley. Hello, Laurie. Welcome. Good to have you here.
How you doing?
Won't you tell us about yourself?
Well, my name is Laurie Lindley, and I'm originally from Monterey, California. I just graduated from Fresno State, where I left my boyfriend behind. I really miss him. Oh. And my mom and dad put me through college, so if I win some money on this, I'm going to put my mom through college. I'm going to help.
Does she want to go to college now, your mother? Terrific. How about the boyfriend back at Fresno State?
Well, it depends how much money I win.
Oh, then you might put him through college too, huh?
Well, he can put himself through college.
Oh, good. Good luck to you. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you, Jim.
Each player has a deck of 52 playing cards. They're shuffled. The players cut them before we go on the air. And Joy, the champion, plays the upper cards, the red cards, while Laurie, the challenger, the lower cards, the blue cards. Before you can begin calling high-low with the cards, you must win a high-low toss-up question. And Joy, we'll start with a question to you. We took a confidential poll of 100 women who have dated a married man. We asked them, did the man you dated ever say to you, my wife doesn't understand me? How many women said yes, they heard that line from a married man?
I think that may be one of the reasons why they're playing on their wife. They need some sympathy and understanding. So I would say the number is...
Do you buy that story, Joy?
I don't know. But I'd say the number is pretty high. I'd say maybe about 53.
53 unmarried women dating a married man have heard that my wife doesn't understand me.
I agree with Joy, but I'm going to say it's a little bit higher.
You say higher than that?
A little bit higher.
Laurie, if it is higher, you'll go to the board first. If not, it'll be Joy. And the actual number of women who have been told by a married man, my wife doesn't understand me, is 39. Not higher, Joy. You got it. Yes. Very often what I think it is their wives understand them only too well. Yes, Joy, you're starting with a big ace.
Beautiful. Lower, Jim.
Lower than an ace. Yes, with an 8.
Freeze on the 8.
Right up the middle, she freezes. We move the freeze bar over, and we can't take those cards away from you. Laurie, we asked 100 mothers who have 10 or more children. Yes, that is good. Would you like that many naturally, Joy?
No,
okay. Mothers of 10 or more children, since you woke up this morning, have you yelled at one of your children? How many mothers said yes, they've yelled?
That is definitely going to be high, Jim. Very high. I'd say 85.
85 mothers of 10 or more children have yelled at them.
Well, I think with 10 children, you would be getting up hollering at your children. So I'm going to say it's going to be higher than that.
Even higher than
Yeah,
that?
I think so. With 10 children, your patience is very,
the yell
very thin.
ratio goes up in direct proportion to the amount.
I think so.
The actual number of mothers with 10 or more children who've yelled at one of their children that morning is 44. Not higher, Laurie.
All right.
Of course, they may not think it's yelling. Laurie, your base card is a jack.
Okay. I'll go lower.
You're going to play the jack? Lower. Yes, with a 6.
Freeze. I want to freeze.
You're going to freeze it. Oh, I didn't recognize the hand signal, Laurie. I'm sorry. We've got a
These
tie.
down packs.
Each player needs 3 cards. Joy. Now, this is a silly question. We asked 100 married women, if you were a bank teller and you realized that the masked person holding up the bank was your husband, would you press the alarm button anyway? How many women said they would press the alarm button anyway?
Oh, I don't think so. I love my husband, and I wouldn't condone what he did, but I wouldn't press the alarm button. I think the number's going to be kind of low. I'd say 22.
22, in effect, would turn him in.
Well, people are pretty dedicated to their husbands. I'd say it would have to be a little bit lower.
Even lower than that, huh? Even if he's robbing a bank. Well, let's find out. The actual number of women who would press the alarm button, even if the robber was their husband, is 26. It's not lower, Joy. You were pretty close with that.
Okay, Jim, I'm going to...
There were another 40, incidentally, who pushed it even though he wasn't even in there.
Oh.
You've got an 8.
I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it. I don't want that 8.
A 9.
Oh,
Little better
wow.
card. Not much.
Oh, boy. I'm going to say lower.
Lower than a 9, going with the odds, and
Oh,
she's
good.
right with a 7.
Freeze, Jim. Freeze.
Freezing with that 1 card advantage, and we are at sudden death. Someone has to win with this play of the cards, so control is very important. Laurie, we asked 100 married women, do you love your husband more than he loves you? How many women said they do love their husband more? Tricky question.
Well, I think a lot of women wouldn't want to admit it, so I'm going to have to say it's pretty low. I'll say 23.
She says 23 women love their husbands more than he loves them.
I think most women say that, but I think their husbands, it's pretty even, or the husband may love them more. I think it's going to be higher.
You say higher.
I think it's going to be higher.
The actual number of women who love their husband more than he loves them is 41. It's higher, Joy. Joy, you need 2 cards, while Laurie needs 3 cards. You've got control. Do you want to play it or pass it?
I'm going to play it, but I'm going to change the card.
You're going to do it yourself
Right,
with
I'm
2
gonna do it
cards.
myself.
Changing the 7 to a king.
Good card. Good
You
card,
need them both.
Jim.
1 mistake, and Laurie wins the game.
I'm going to go lower, Jim.
Lower than a king. Yes, for
Good
the 4.
card. Good card. I'm going to go higher.
Higher for the win. Yes! Played them both and won it. Game 1 with the champion and $100 will set up for game 2, coming up right after this commercial message. Surprised me that you know it.
Looking for love? Then strut your stuff. Agree on everything. And have a backup plan for getting out. Buzzers Got Buzz, the 90s classic dating show with me, Annie Wood.
Tonight at 2.
Men, if
I think so, since I only had 2 cards to go.
You like to do it yourself?
Right,
Well, it's
right.
paid off for you so far, and as we load in the same 2 decks of cards, Laura, you need this game. Enjoy. The question goes to you. We asked 100 people. In some states, it's a felony for couples to live together out of wedlock. This is true. Do you think it should be against the law for unmarried couples to live together? How many of those 100 people said, yes, it should be against the law for unmarried couples to live together?
As long as they're consenting adults, I don't think so. And you're saying how many thought it would be against
How many
the law?
said, yes, it should be against the law?
Oh, I think the number would be low. I would say about 20.
20 say it should be against the law.
The way I would feel, I would think it would be lower, so I'll say lower.
Even lower than 20. The actual number of people who think it should be against the law for unmarried couples to live together is 84. It is not lower. Wow. That is incredible. 84. Joy, there's going to be a lot of people in jail if that law ever passes. You're starting with an 8.
Get rid of it, Jim. I don't want it.
Changing the 8 to a king.
Good card. Good card. Good card. Lower.
Lower than a king. Yes, with a 2.
Higher, Jim.
Higher than a 2. It is a jack.
Good card, Jim. I'm going to go lower.
Risking it again, lower than a jack. Oh, another 2.
Higher, Jim.
For the championship.
Yes.
Wow.
Great.
Do you like to do it yourself? Laura, you didn't even get a chance with that one. Thank you for joining us. And good luck, and I hope you do get a chance to put Mom through college. Thank you, Laurie. Laurie Lindley. Come on down here, Joy. Way to go, lady. Again, yes. Joy's going to go for the big money right after this commercial break.
Stay right there. Buzzer's Birthday Bash will return right after this.
attention.
Joy, come on up there. Let's do it. Joy, you won $200 in the game. As always, that is yours to keep with a brand new deck of cards all shuffled and cut. We're going to give you new money to play with. You'll bet that money starting on the bottom line with $200 in these 3 cards. Move up to the second level. We give you another $200 of betting money and 3 more cards. Your minimum bet's $50 until you get to the top card, the big bet, and there you must bet at least half the money. It's ready for you now.
I'm ready for it.
That's it. Lean in so we can all hear. You don't want to go house to house, Joy. Good luck. Here's $200.
Thank you.
As in the game, you have a choice of 2 base cards on the bottom level. Remember, you can change your base card when you move up to the second level, and you can change it before you make that big bet. Let's get started with a good base card. It is, a 7. Not
7.
too good, but you can change it.
No, I'm going to change it, Jim. I don't want it.
Got to play this one.
Yeah.
Next card off the top of the deck is a 5.
That's
little
a
better
little
card.
better. I'll say $100 higher.
You're going to bet half of it. $100 higher than a 5. Yes,
Good
with a
card.
jack.
Good card.
300 and a jack.
I'll say 150, Jim, lower.
And again, half of it. $150 lower than a jack. It is a 10.
Good.
$450 now.
10. I'm going to say $50 lower.
Doesn't like that card, wants to buy a better one. $50 lower than a 10? Yes, so it's a jack, it's not lower, but it didn't cost you much. You move the jack up, give you the other $200 of betting money. Joy, you're up to $600, you're looking at a jack. Do you want to play it?
I'm going to keep it, Jim. I'm going to keep it and go 200 lower.
Let's get it much lower. $200 lower than a jack. Oh no, and my goodness, the 3rd jack. Down to 400, but 3 cards to go. It can still build up, Joy.
I'm going to say $100. Way my luck is going. $100 lower.
All right, come on. Can't be the 4th jack. $100 lower than a jack? That's
Good card.
okay.
Good
Got
card, Jim. Good card. I'm going to say all of it. The whole 500 higher.
$500, a big bet, higher than a 3. Yes, with a 7. Joy, maybe they're starting to turn for you. Up goes the 7. Do you want it?
No, I want to get rid of it.
Big change. You've got $1,000. A big change for you. A 7 becomes a king.
Good card, Jim. Good card. And I'm going to go all of it. The whole thing lower.
All or nothing, which means nothing or $2,000. Lower than a king. Yes! Don't fall down. That's okay. If you want to fall down, you can. Good win. Joy just looked and saw that she's got $4,200. That's what you were looking at.
Believe
The
it.
cards are starting to turn for you.
Finally.
And we'll meet a new challenger on Card Sharks right after this commercial message. Good win.
Drawing blanks.
You didn't get it.
I didn't get it.
Point blank.
Is your husband here?
No.
Match game. Filling in the blanks. Tomorrow at 11:30 on Buzzer. Start.
Martin McNeil. Hello, Martin. Good to meet you. That's nice. You look happy to get out here.
I'm happy. I want to beat Joy. We met backstage, and I like her, but still, she's $4,200 ahead of me, and that's enough.
Time for you.
That's enough.
Tell us about you.
Well, my name is Martin McNeil. I'm a high school teacher. I'm 7 months married. And I'm trying to get into medical school. Anywhere, please.
Is it then nice? You're a teacher already and you want to become a doctor
Yes,
as well?
I'm a substitute teacher, and I'm finishing off my master's degree, but just trying to get into medical school.
Very hard. Not many
It
openings
is.
in medical
That's
school.
true, but I'll go anywhere.
Gee, well, good luck. Maybe you can make a little money here to pay your way.
I hope so.
Nice to have you here, Martin.
Thanks.
You'll play the lower cards, the blue cards. Joy, the champion, the upper cards, the red cards. And Joy, we asked 100 teenage girls who have a steady boyfriend. If your parents knew exactly what you did on your last date, would they have a fit? How many teenage girls said, oh yeah, their parents would have a fit?
Nowadays, kids are so much more mature than they used to be. I think a lot of parents would have a fit. I would say about 40.
40 parents would have a fit if they knew what the teenagers did.
Well, it wasn't too long ago before I was dating myself in the teenage group, and so I really think it's going to be a lot higher than that.
Even higher than that?
Yes.
You remember what you did, huh? The actual number of teenage girls whose parents would have a fit if they knew exactly what they did on their last date is 57. You're right, Martin. It's higher. Yes. And Martin, your base card is a queen. Good card.
I'll take it, and I'll go lower.
Lower than a queen. Yes,
All
with a
right.
5.
I'll go higher, Jim.
Higher than a 5. It is another queen.
The queen. All the way, Jim. Lower.
Risking it lower than a queen. It is a 2.
Higher, Jim. We're going to win this time.
Well, to do it with 4 cards for the win. Yes, and 3 queens. Wow. My goodness. And we'll set up for game 2. Boy, Joy, you got very quiet there.
No, I didn't know what to do.
He came on strong, Martin. Nicely
Right.
done with that first win. And now with the same 2 decks of cards, and as I mentioned from time to time, if you can remember what cards have been played, it is often a help. And the question to you, Martin, in a game that Joy needs now. We asked 100 people in Plains, Georgia, has President Carter's mother, Miss Lillian, ever had dinner at your house? How many people in Plains said yes, Miss Lillian's had dinner at their house?
Well, Jimmy's been campaigning for a long time, and it's a small town. From the news reports I've heard, it sounds like Miss Lillian is pretty friendly with the people there, and she's lived there most of her life. I'm going to say about 70.
70 people have had Miss Lillian for dinner.
It's a small town and all, but I don't think it's going to be that high. I'm going to say a little lower than that.
A little lower.
Right.
The actual number of people in Plains, Georgia, who said Miss Lillian has had dinner at their house is 14. It's lower, Joy.
Good.
Nonetheless, though, 14, that's a lot of people for Miss Lillian to have over or go over their house for dinner. Joy, you need this game. You're starting with a 4.
Okay, Jim, I'll keep it and I'll go higher.
Higher than a 4. Yes,
Good
with a
card.
king.
I'll go lower.
Lower than a king. A 2. Higher than a 2. It is an 8.
I'll freeze.
I thought you might go all the way, too, the way the cards were going there. But Joy needs just 1 to tie it up. Joy, we asked 100 men, would you marry a girl if you knew she had once worked as a lady of the evening? How many men said that they would?
Oh, that's a tough question.
You do know what a lady...
Yes, Jim, I do know.
Right.
And would they marry?
Would they marry her? How many said yes, they would marry her?
Well, love is blind, they say. So,
Sometimes it's expensive.
I'd say about 43.
43
Right.
would marry a lady who once was a lady of the evening, Martin.
Love is not that blind, and I don't really believe that they would. I know I wouldn't, and so I'm going to say it's lower.
You say lower.
Yes.
The actual number of men who would marry a girl who had once worked as a lady of the evening is 43, right on the button, Joy. Well, Joy, you've got an 8.
I'm going to play it and I'm going to change it.
You're going to
I'm
play
gonna
it
change-
and you're going to change it. No, one or the other, Joy.
I'm thinking this is sudden death. It isn't. Okay, I'm going to change it, Jim.
Okay, well, change it. Don't get nervous.
Okay.
Changing the 8 to a 4.
Good
change.
card. I'm going to go higher.
If this is higher than a 4, Joy has tied up the match for the win. Yes! Okay, she tied it up just like that. And we have a tie. Each player with 1 game and $100. And with the tiebreaker, we'll set up with just 3 questions here and 3 cards there. Control of that board most important in the tiebreaker. Martin, we asked 100 housewives. Would you be angry if your husband gave you a steam iron for your birthday? How many housewives said they would be angry?
Well, I've just been talking that over with my own wife about Christmas presents and birthday presents, and I know that she would not like a steam iron. And so I'm going to say about 60 would not.
Yes, she says 60 would be angry if they got a steam iron.
I think it would depend on the age. If you're pretty young, you don't want a steam iron, but I'm going to say a little lower than that.
Lower than that.
Right.
Well, the actual number of housewives who would be angry if their husband gave them a steam iron for their birthday is 36. Joy, it's lower. And you get that all-important control in the tiebreaker, starting with a 10.
I'm going to change it. I don't like
Changing the 10
10.
to a 5.
Good card. I'm going to go higher, Jim.
Higher than a 5. Yes,
Good card. Lower, Jim.
If this is lower than a queen, she retains the championship for the win. She did it! Joy makes another one of her comebacks. My goodness. Martin, thank you so much for joining us. Good luck with the medical school. I hope that works out. You're leaving us with $100 in some party gifts. Thank you.
Thank you.
Martin McNeil. Joy, come on down here with me. And we'll take time out for this commercial message, so don't go away. I think it's the second time you worked.
Whether you're
very, very sure that everything is on the up and up. And I asked Joy if she just cut the card, and she said, no, the way the cards have been going for me, I didn't want to cut them. I want to play them just the way they were shuffled, right?
Right.
Well, we'll find out if it pays off with some money with the money cards. We'll be doing that first thing when we meet on Card Sharks. Bye-bye for now.
A representative of the studio audience will receive Chinon's 35EE automatic exposure compact full-frame 35mm camera that takes high-quality pictures and fits in your pocket or purse, furnished by Chinon. And some of our contestants will receive True Test Easy Care latex flat enamel. Combines the flat finish of latex with the scrubbability of enamel exclusively from True Value hardware stores. And American Tourister strong lightweight luggage, the prettiest piece of protection your clothes will ever get. You travel first class with American Tourister. And High Karate irresistible aftershave, cologne, handsome travel kits, and many other gift combinations. High Karate for the men in your life. And Prince Gardner matching leather accessories, smartly styled for fashion conscious men or women. A perfect gift, a fine name, Prince Gardner. This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.